calling the Board of Adjustment meeting for Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020 into session. Have the roll call, please.
Scott Cummings,
Present.
John Moreland,
Here.
Sylvia Oswald, Francis Reddington,
Present.
Jeff Trular, Dan Jansen,
Here.
Alexa Gonzalez. Here.
Okay. Ex parte, I've had none. John?
I've had none. I've had none. I've had none.
I've had none.
Okay. I'd like to get the approval for the meeting of Tuesday, February 4th. Motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Cummings, we have no new business, no old business. Mr. Cummings, could you please read the first case?
Be happy to. Case number BOA number 20-100005. The applicant is Rachel Powers and Landon Moorhead, owner Landon Moorhead et al. Property address is 1833 Arden Way. Parcel ID is 17860200165. Legal description: Lot 6, Block 12, Ocean Forest Unit Number 4. Current zoning is an RS1. Motion to consider the City of Jacksonville Beach Land Development Code Sections 34-336E1E for 44.6% lot coverage in lieu of 35% maximum to rectify an existing nonconformity resulting from a pool and paver patio addition to an existing single-family dwelling.
Could I have the owners or the spokesman please come forward and be sworn in?
If I could get you guys both to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, what I ask you both to do separately is state your name and address for the record, please, into the microphone.
Rachel Powers, 1833 Arden Way, Jacksonville Beach, Florida, 32250.
And Landon Moorhead, 1833 Arden Way, Jacksonville Beach, Florida.
Okay, could you please tell us what your hardship is for this variance?
Roughly, it boils down to a financial hardship. We hired a local contractor roughly a year ago. We followed all required steps and necessary steps for approval of the pool. The pool and pavers were installed as designed, and that design was approved by the city. The construction's been complete for a while now, but we cannot go forth with final inspection because, as you see, we're over what the city's requirements are. And to remove any existing paver coverage that we had put down with the actual design in the pool now would cost us, after what we've already spent to get to this point, a year later, we'd have to come out of pocket again for that, and just kind of like we're between a rock and a hard place because the pool contractor who does multiple pools around here every year told us everything's okay, and the design, we had all of the surveys done, like I said, followed all of the steps and submitted everything, and everything was approved. So we went through with it to come to find out at the very end that we're over in coverage. And so now we kind of have to backpedal, and it's kind of fallen in our lap. So we're coming to y'all hoping to gain this variance so that we can keep the pool as is and retain what we have. And another big, furthermore, the drainage of our lot. I don't know if y'all have seen the lot location. The drainage of our lot is not really an issue. We've seen a lot of adequate runoff. We're located on a creek that drains into the intercoastal. So I do have pictures if you want a visual so that you can see, kind of get a visual perspective of it. But I can tell you we have no issue with runoff because our land goes with it as well into the creek behind our house. So I don't know if you would like us to bring pictures up just so you get a visual representation so you can see what you're looking at.
You can give it to them.
They'll make sure I get a copy of it.
Okay.
Go ahead,
thanks.
yes. Do you have any documentation from the city where they approved your design?
We do. We had the initial, I know we had to have the topographic survey done where they came in and they did the initial survey. And we have the initial survey, and then they had to come back because after it was approved, the total impervious calculations were not included on the plan that was submitted prior to construction. Then we submitted the same survey at the end for final inspection, and it was rejected because of the calculations were not on there. So we had to go back to the surveyor and have them print another copy and include the impervious percentages on it. So he actually dated when it was added, because he gave us one to submit once the construction was done, and then we had to go back to him personally to find another survey with this included on it. So I do have these if you want to see those as well.
Yes, please.
This is the first one that was submitted, and you can see up in the right, there's nothing as far as calculations. After it was approved, they went forward with that, and then this is the same for the survey, but all we did was add the actual percentages. So if that would have been on the first survey, it would have been very helpful. We would have known how to go forth with.
Walk into the microphone, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who was your, so your person that built the pool, company that built the pool, the ones that put in the pavers?
Correct.
And they applied for the permit for the pavers and everything else?
Correct.
And do you know what percentage was,
Prior to construction?
yeah,
No, that was not mentioned. He did mention that we had room for a paver addition, and he's the one that designed that and then submitted, or showed us the design, and then that's what was submitted.
and he's a local pool?
He does
What company?
island pools.
Help me understand where the pavers are.
You see the picture?
All around the pool.
Right around the pool, you can see the rectangle.
Just
with
a,
the pool.
just a little the very
Correct.
thin rectangle.
And if you see the pictures, I don't know if you've seen the pictures that are circulating, but you'll get a much better look. It's an aerial view. We had a drone come up and take pictures this past weekend, just so you can get a look down to it.
And then it looks as though there's concrete, or I guess pavers around the pool that come up to the side of the backside of the house.
They butt against the backside of the bricks, yes, the backside of the house, and then roughly about maybe 2.5 to maybe 3 feet on the outside of the pool towards the creek. And then there's grass between that and the easement.
And it looks like it's probably about 3 or 4 feet off of the long ends of the pool.
Correct. That's what we actually asked him for, more than that, and he scaled it down and said that that was the maximum allowable. So we originally asked for more than that, and we're told we couldn't go anymore. So that's what the design was scaled down to.
Excuse me, Mr. Knight, what would be the original documentation that gets submitted to the city?
That's in our records. I will just clarify for the chairman and for the board that I've worked with these people before on this. Unfortunately, they were victims of, let's just say, not accurate permitting by the pool contractor. Not the first time that's been before you guys, probably won't be the last, but I can tell you that this couple, they did not intentionally violate this. This was done by their contractor, and they were not even aware of it until we called it at the final. The pool was permitted. It was basically assured by the pool contractor they would stay within the 35%, which is the case usually. And at the end of the job, they did not. Unfortunately, I think that pool contractor's not willing or maybe not able to go back and rectify the situation and make it correct. So it does put these people into a hardship on that side of it. But you know, we've made a lot of progress in trying to prevent this from happening, and it has slowed down, but I can tell you this probably will not be the last one you see. But we are working on it.
Is there a way to prevent this contractor from contracting against you?
We have recently started requiring a sign and seal certified lot calculation on pool applications, and it does seem to be helping. It still doesn't prevent them from doing more than they were supposed to, but it does help prevent the inaccuracies at the beginning of the job, which is what happened with this.
There's a real conflict of interest on the part of the contractor.
It's
So on this,
Go ahead.
I don't know if you saw this, but this highlighted need lot calls added to this survey by surveyor, is that someone from the city wrote that?
Yes.
And then after the job had already been approved?
After the application had already been submitted, and then they did go back and they had a lockout done, not by a surveyor, but by that company themselves, and we did accept it at that time.
So this one that was added that says 11,000 square feet, total impervious 4,905 square feet.
That would most likely be the final.
Yeah.
We had to go back
That
for
was the
that.
final.
We went to the surveyor to find that because our contractor wouldn't, he said we had what we needed. And we called the actual survey company and he said, I can put whatever percentage you need on there because I haven't been asked to do that. So that was long after the pool had been completed that we got that final copy.
Okay.
I can put whatever percentage you need on that.
No. He knew what the actual percentage was, but it wasn't required on the first copy of it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, he said, so if that's what they want on there, I can do that for you. And that's what he went ahead and included that in it so that we could submit that to the city.
Yeah. Surveyors are notorious if you don't particularly ask for the lot counts, they will give you a really nice survey without it.
That's what he said, he was not.
You are aware that if it wasn't for the city's mistake of not catching it, this would have been turned down because you have no hardship. And the land development code even says that financial considerations do not constitute a hardship.
Correct. And that's, one thing I think if we had known from the beginning, it's kind of hard to know who to trust when somebody who builds 50 to 70 pools a year in our area tells you it's okay. We wouldn't have gone through with spending as much money as we did if we didn't think it was going to be okay at the end. We just got into this house 2 years ago. We're not planning on going anywhere for a long time, so we're trying to make it a forever home. And we wouldn't have gone through with that. We would have done whatever we needed to do to meet code. We just kind of trusted his opinion and expertise, and then the fact that it was approved. And so we went through with it, and now we're kind of backs against the wall.
I'd like to make a statement. I think Island Pools has done this before.
They have.
They have. This is not new. Nothing in,
No, believe me, we aren't happy. The dog box is still in the front yard, and he has not come to show his face, period. He hasn't contacted us, he hasn't picked up his document box, he hasn't even asked for final payment.
any other questions?
I have none.
No? Okay, I thought public part of the meeting is closed. We'll bring it to the board. Thank you, you can sit down.
Thank you.
Well, I think the city has some culpability, but therefore it makes it difficult to not grant this, given the fact that the city contributed to the problem.
Yeah, and I think I'm with you as far as your perception of it. Obviously, we don't want to set a precedence of, unless there's some culpability in there. So, there is.
I don't want to put the homeowner in trouble for what the village pool out did. And like I said, we've had the same problem in Island Pools before. So, it's not a hardship. But,
There's certain issues of fairness.
I agree.
I think we're fair.
I think they try to do the right thing and they,
Yep.
and then financially they end up paying for more than they really needed to have because they would have built in the limitations, obviously.
But then Island Pool wouldn't have made as much money.
Imagine that.
I move we approve 20-100005 as presented and discussed tonight.
I'll second that.
Could we please have a roll call vote?
Scott Cummings,
Yes.
John Moreland,
Yes.
Dan Jansen,
Yes.
Lexi Gonzalez,
Yes.
Francis Reddington.
Yes. Mr. Cummings, your variance has been granted, and good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Cummings, could you read our next case, please?
Certainly. Case number BOA number 20-1000018. Applicant is Sean Shapiro, owner is Harry Thompson Living Trust. Property address is 912 19th Street North, parcel ID 179288-0005. Legal description, Lot 5, Block 99, Lots 3, 4, 5, 6 of Block 100, Section A, Jacksonville Beach. Current zoning is an RS2. Motion to consider the City of Jacksonville Beach Land Development Code Sections 34-337E1G for an accessory structure setback of a half a foot in lieu of 5 feet minimum for an existing building on Lot 5, Block 100, in order to separate Lot 5, Block 99 for development of a new single-family dwelling.
Can I have the owner or excuse me, the owner or their applicant, the owner applicant, please come forward and be sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can state your name and address for the record, please.
Sean Shapiro, 1745 Pulliam Street, Jacksonville Beach, Florida, 32250.
Could you please, okay, I'm sorry, could you please state your hardship?
Yeah, I mean, the hardship is, basically, we have a fully buildable lot on Lot 5 of Block 99, which is the transaction that myself and Mr. Thompson are trying to move forward on. He has a pump house on the back of this property. He's owned all of this property for decades. He has many lots on both 20th Street and 19th Street. We've recently purchased Lot 6, which obviously didn't have any encumbrances, which was perfectly buildable. Lot 5, what we're going for is just to allow for this accessory structure setback of a half a foot in lieu of the 5 feet minimum. It's been there for a very long time. It's a pump house for his property. His property is located on lots 4, 5, and 6 of Block 100.
Why would he need a pump house?
Why would he need a pump house?
Yes.
For water for his house?
Oh, he's pulling from a well. That's
Yes.
what that is for.
Correct. That he's been on for decades.
Okay.
I thought the city required everybody to cut over to the water, city water. You don't know? Okay.
Obviously not.
Obviously not.
Maybe for irrigation purposes too.
Yeah. Do you know this, basically in September of 2014, this came before this board? and it was
Yes.
turned down?
Yes,
You know that?
I do know that. I spoke with Mrs. Ireland about this last month. She felt that we should reapply for it. She didn't see why it wouldn't be something that would be acceptable in the current conditions of what's transpired, I guess, between that variance and today.
Pump room is on the property of the home you want to build.
No. So Lot 5 of Block 100 is Harry's primary residence. That's his pump house building. It's 6 inches off of the rear property line of the lot that I would like to build on in the future.
I'm just trying to understand why you need a house for a pump.
I mean, it's been there.
I understand that, but I'm trying to understand why you need well pumps are not that big.
Could care.
Sure, you have baseline, sure, absolutely.
It's on my house.
Sir, if I could have you raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And if you could state your name and address for the record.
My name's Harry Thompson. I live at 912 19th Street North, Jacksonville Beach, 32250. I've owned this property for somewhere close to 49 years. The pump house was on the property, when I bought it. All the pumps were in that pump house. And I have a well outside now, which is, it goes, all the lines, the suction lines go under the building and come up through the concrete. And originally I had a water-cooled heat pump which went through there. And also my water goes through there. And my my sprinkling system goes through there.
Okay,
So there's a lot of, pipes in there. And they've been there, even before I got there. And I had a lot of stuff stowed in there. A lot of hardware stuff. And, I really don't want to tear anything
I
down.
understand, I'm trying to understand the need for the pump house itself, because typically the pumps themselves are not that large.
This was set up like this. There's actually two sections of the building inside, and it was a pump on each side. There was one, for a spare, and then your main pump. That's how it was set up. It's been like that.
So you have a backup well pump in there also?
Yes. Not now, no.
Not anymore, but
No,
at one time.
There is a pump in there now inside, which is supplying my sprinkling system. And there's, the other pump is outside, it's on a 170-foot well. And I've been drinking this water
Sure.
since 1971.
It's one of the good things about Florida, we have the aquifers where it's very easy to build a well pump.
I prefer to keep drinking it, although they put me a meter up there, because it's, I think it's way better water. I know that it's better. But, that's how it all came to be. It's just that they built that building right on the line at the time. The people originally built the house.
And based on the survey, it's saying it's a one-story masonry and frame building, so it's got a concrete floor, I imagine?
Yes.
By 22. Okay. Some of the questions I have.
Actually, I got confused when I was looking at the property the other day. I pulled up on 19th Street,
Yep.
and it looked as though there was a house not very far back on that property, and I couldn't see behind the house.
Yeah, so if you look, the survey is obviously cut off because we're really showing lot 5 and 6, the vacant lots.
Yeah.
But if you look to the east, if you would continue that over, Harry's house would be situated where you saw it. And then
Okay.
behind that was this pump house, which is right on the back of his lot, which butts up to lots 5 and 6 that we're looking at in the survey.
Okay.
The pump house is actually behind my garage, is where it's at.
Which is on the right-hand side of his house. If you're
Yeah.
looking at his house, it's on the right-hand side.
And there's a dark line cutting across. It looks like there's 2 lot 5s and 2 lot 6s.
That's correct. So there's there's block 99, which is on the left, and there's block 100, which is on the right.
Okay.
So we're talking about a variance to be, so I could build on lot 5 of block 99 on the left-hand side.
Okay.
So you're just a builder, you're not gonna live in the home that you're building.
Do what?
You're just a builder, you're not gonna live in the home.
I might. I think I'm gonna build it for my mother down the road. I have no plans to build anything right now. I'm gonna sit on it for a while. I have lot 6. I've already purchased that, but it would be nice to have the adjoining lots.
Any questions?
I got one. When did you buy the home?
1971.
1971. Thank you.
And when was the pump house built?
What's that?
It was already there.
Yeah, it was already there. It's just unfortunately back then they built right on the line.
So the pump house actually preceded your purchase of the house?
Yes.
Dan, any questions?
Just for the board when we go to the board.
Okay. Okay, thank you. You can sit down. The public part of this meeting is closed. We'll bring it to you. Okay?
on this is kind of like one of the variances we talked about in the past. If we approve this, should we have some stipulations so that we're not approving a 1 foot setback or a half foot setback for anything that might be built in the future?
Good observation, Dan. I do believe the way that it's written, it does say the variance is for an existing building. So I believe it would only apply to this building and not future buildings, because it's implying that that building that needs a variance is existing.
I don't suspect that Mr. Thompson's gonna build anything more on that property, but we have to think about the future. And my concern is that we have a half foot setback now, so, I mean, we can make a motion to limit it to strictly this one pump house. That way
Absolutely.
we do it.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with the pump house being there since it was pre-existing, and the gentleman building doesn't have a problem with it. My concern is
Just
future variance.
Can't build another one right beside it with the same setback.
Right.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah. Which is what I tried to write up, that's what me and Heather talked
Thank
about.
you.
so.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Park is closed. Sorry.
I'm gonna agree with Dan on that. I think, basically being pre-existing, it was there before, Mr. Thompson bought his home there. Just to make sure we, specify it properly.
I hadn't thought about that, that's a good point, Dan.
That's why Dan's on the board.
Good, let's keep them there. Vote them down for council, if you need them on the board.
Oh,
Sounds good for me. Okay, anything? Okay, I need a motion.
are you satisfied, George, that language is good enough to cover us?
I've seen that language in other variances, and if you say limited expressly to in your motion, limited expressly to the existing building shown, then anything in the future would know upon review that it doesn't apply to anything other than that building.
I want to make a motion to say just that. It's limited to just the existing structure that's there.
I just have one question, George, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No worries.
This came about because he sold a lot. Is that correct?
No, we haven't transacted on
I
it.
think they're
We're waiting on the-
anticipating selling a lot.
Okay.
Correct.
And that's why this, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. There's a motion?
And I'll second it.
Okay. Can we have a roll call, please?
John Moreland,
Yes.
Scott Cummings,
Yes.
Dan Jansen,
Yes.
Alexi Gonzalez,
Yes.
Francis Reddington.
Yes. Thank you. Variance has been approved. Okay, the next scheduled meeting is on Wednesday, March 18th. That's Wednesday, don't forget, because we're voting on Tuesday. Like I said, it's still my vote. So, a motion to close.
I'll make a motion to close this meeting.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's closed. Thank you, officer.
Thank you, have a good night.
Yeah, you too.